Oh yeah. Look at this guy. I'm gonna have to walk this boat. There's no way I can. 300 Cuddy King from Weld with a D Craft. That's interesting. Looks like maybe a 30-footer, maybe 32. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if I can talk to the people here at the show. Very nice looking boat, man. Let's see if we can find somebody now when it opens up. Definitely want to take a look at this boat. Oh my God, guys! Even more aluminum boats. Look at this. More aluminum boats. More sexy pilot houses. Wait. First of all, wow, Bruce. I'm blown away already. So let's. I mean, I'm stuttering here. What do we got here? What is this? Is this like a fish's nightmare? What is this?
Alfred, this is primarily set up as a fishing boat. This is a WeldCraft. It's the 300 Cuddy King OS. It's a 30-foot boat built off of a 9-foot bottom, 9.5-foot beam. A lot of options that the dealer has added to it. There's a 5-kilowatt generator underneath the floor here that ties into the shore power system. A shore power system. Inside there's a 6-gallon hot water system. There's a heating, air conditioning, and a heater, reverse turbo heater. There's a little joystick up on the dash that controls on the front helm that controls a bow thruster, and then a large anchor puller on the front end, also Easy 5 easy puller.
So, Bruce, is this primarily like the target audience for this boat is what, a fisherman or a family? What's all around?
It's recreational fishing. It's primarily a fishing boat. It's got a lot of flexibility. You've got a V-berth up front that could sleep a couple of adults. You got a small, either an extra storage room or another kind of a tight V-berth area underneath. The dinette drops down with a cushion on it that can be another berthing area in the main cabin. Lots of storage space, lots of capabilities as far as adding options to it. They've loaded this up with a lot of fishing gear, with the downriggers, the pole holders, the spreaders, everything to fish heavily the Great Lakes.
You have like 30 rod holders on this thing or more.
Yeah, and if you talk to the guys that are fishing the Great Lakes, they look at this and go, how many more can we put on here?
So what do we have? Is this a live well here?
Yeah, well, right now it's just set up as a box. It can be plumbed as a live well.
Okay.
Just all a matter of what the individual consumer wants. Each of the boxes on the side are fish lockers. There's a macerator pump on each one of them. The fuel tank is 215 gallons right here in the center underneath the floor, and then there's a 21-gallon freshwater tank and a 21-gallon blackwater tank supporting the head as well.
So do you have access here to your pumps and to your bilge and all that good stuff?
The access into the bilge is basically right here. Get you down into the control areas. There's actually 6 batteries on the boat. You've got one that's a starting battery dedicated to each one of the motors, 2 house batteries, and then there's 2 more batteries in the front that are dedicated to the winch system.
All right, so I mean, you can go in all types of weather. I'm assuming that's why you guys built them with these pilot houses and all that stuff?
Yes, absolutely. It was designed for, the design came out of the Pacific Northwest. It's applicable basically to any big water, whether it be the ocean or fresh water. The Great Lakes, we love to build where they're going to be using fresh water, yet don't have anywhere near as big of concerns on the corrosion.
So this is a second helm here?
This is a second helm. The rear helm can be set up in a couple of different ways. This one is set up so that it controls the kicker motor, the 25 horse in the back, and it could be set up with controls, dual controls for the main engines as well as the kicker motor there. Ideally set up for any trolling that's being done. You want to be on the back, be able to see what's going on.
So most of the trolling is being done with the smaller engine?
Yes, because relatively speaking, you want to put, if you're going to do high hours for trolling, put those hours on the kicker motor. That's a disposable as compared to the main motors.
Wow, you see that every day we learn something new, guys. Smash a like. Goes. People in Miami, they just say, you know what, we just buy a new motor.
Well, yeah, but it's better to buy a small one rather than a 300 horse.
You know, listen, I think that's a very smart thing. So Bruce, let's see inside the pilot house.
Sure.
So
Go
we
right
can
ahead.
talk. So we can talk to him about that. I see. Is this like a double door that opens, or just
It's
one
a
door?
sliding door.
It's a sliding door.
And
Okay.
it's lockable, so you can lock it open. So when you're out running, there's no issue with it going back and forth.
Which is convenient. I like
Yep.
that already. Wow, this is very nice. Now, how big did you say this boat
It's
is?
a 30-foot.
30 foot. It feels much bigger.
Yeah. If you spin around from here, you've got a full stand-up head. There's a curtain system that goes in there also, so you get the privacy when it wants to be used, but you can roll the curtains back up so that you get the visibility from the rear helm through. The galley setup, it can accept a cooktop. They didn't put one in this one with the sink, refrigerator. The hot water system feeds into the sink as well. The dinette. With the large size, by keeping the aisleway offset, we were able to make that a little bit larger. And this also goes down, another cushion that goes over that, so you create another berthing area here as well.
This is so comfortable. So you have also seating area here?
Yep. On the port side, you've got 2 of the full suspension seats, just like you've got the suspension seat for the driver as well. And then the cuddy cabin fourth, the forward there, or the V-berth forward there, you can sleep a couple of people in there.
That is.
Joystick over there is what we were talking about as far as running the bow thruster.
Yeah. And all suspension seating, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And more storage down here as well.
Yep. Try and create storage everywhere we can. This goes into that area I was telling you about that runs back up and forth here. It could be either a storage area for that person that loses the bet while you're out fishing. That's where they sleep.
That's funny. So we're talking about a big V-berth here.
Pretty good size, yeah.
So yeah, you have some. You could put a lot of people in here if they want to. I mean, a small family will be there comfortable.
Put at least a couple friendly folks up there, you bet.
Maybe 1 or 2 of me though. Why are you laughing, Bruce?
I'm not. No, don't take it wrong, Alfred.
That is too funny. Well, all right. So let's talk about some of the things. I mean, that people want to know. What are we talking about? Fuel capacity, range. With
Again,
what
you got
is set up.
215-gallon tank here with the twin 300s on it. At cruise, you probably run about 3,000 RPMs, and you're doing about 26 miles an hour at that point. You're going to use about 13 gallons of gas an hour. So at that point in time, you've probably got something that would get you right in the 350 to 400 mile range at cruise. And generally, you're not going to be doing that all the time.
What's top speed on this?
Top speed on it's about 52.
About 52.
About
so
52.
So if it get kind of a little dicey
it
and you
moves.
see something,
You're going to move. You're going to be able to move plenty fast.
You're going to be able to get out of Dodge,
Yep,
like they say.
You bet.
So where can they go online if they wanted to get a little bit more information? Are you guys the representatives for
Well, I'm
this
actually
boat?
I'm actually the builder, so
Okay.
there's a couple places they can go. Our website, which is WeldCraft Marine,
Okay.
and it got the D in it, WeldCraft Marine, or also our dealers here they're in Racine, Wisconsin, and over in Michigan at 2 locations on each side of the state, in Grand Haven and over in LaSalle, just north of Toledo. Reed Yacht Sales, and they've got not only info on the site as far as what they've got in stock, but also they're linked back to our site as well.
I saw the V up front. What's the
Variable dead rise, so
Yeah.
it starts at about 20 degrees at the back.
Okay.
It progresses so that when you're at the forward bulkhead, it's about 28, and it ends up at about 34 up front.
Okay, so and we'll show that now. I'll show a little bit of that down below. But guys, if you guys want to see an unbelievable product, I mean, this 300 Cuddy King. Is there smaller options for maybe somebody that doesn't want something so
We
big?
also build in the Cuddy King series a 24, 26, and 28. Now they come off of an 8-foot bottom as opposed to this being a 9-foot bottom. So it comes down a little bit. It's an 8.5-foot beam at that point as opposed to the 9.5-foot beam, but it's still got a lot of the same characteristics.
All right, guys. Well, listen up. Check them out, and I'll tell you, this thing is super, super sexy. All aluminum. The people in Washington are doing it, man. The guys are doing it.
Glad you like it.